Behind me is a fully optioned out Papis 12-inch kit on a brand new Super Duty. My favorite lift kit. Behind me, we've got another 24. This one's rocking our mini cradle long arm 4-link setup. This truck's got all the bells and whistles that we offer on this lift kit. You're gonna see it sitting on a 12-inch height in the front with the coil over conversion and a 10-inch in the back for that perfect little lean stance that we absolutely love on this exact configuration. This truck is going to feature every single thing that we have to order on the website. Let me get you a little walkthrough on the truck. If you see the beginning of this lift kit, which is the reason we try to push everybody on this lift kit, is going to be the front high steer system. The high steer system is going to convert every single joint in the front of this truck away from tie rods and ball joints into Heim joints. You're going to see a DOM tubing tie rod bar, a DOM tubing drag link, and a DOM tubing panhard bar. You're also going to notice our fabricated sway bar held on with our billet clamps, and you're going to see other billet details throughout the lift, like the steering stabilizer clamps as well, and of course the reservoir clamps, which takes me to the coil over conversion. You're going to see he's running a set of Fox 2.5 remote reservoir coilovers on this lift. In the front of this truck, we're going to have the same coilover conversion that we reuse on all of the other brackets that we also offer. The lower base is now going to be the front truss. That front truss is going to serve as your coilover conversion, as your track bar relocator, and also as your dual steering stabilizer bracket. The long arm 4-link on this kit is got to be not only the most beautiful part of the kit and the uniformity of it, but also what actually nets you that increased ride quality. Obviously, the coilover conversion has a lot to do with changing the spring rate and making it better, but the fact that the pivot point back here is so drastic versus the suspension travel over there nets a lot less motion of travel here for any travel that we have up front. Then we've got the beautiful cradle, and we have the rear traction bars. The rear traction bars, just like the front arms, are going to have stainless on the outside and on the inside. To tie it all together, you're going to notice that we have frame plates. Frame plates are going to go on the rear, in the front of the truck, in front of the bucket, and behind the bucket as well. And then to tie it all together across the back between the both blocks, we're going to have a rear truss. This lift kit always is something we like to push for the guys that either do daily driving or have any towing capabilities that are still required. By retaining the factory leaf springs on these trucks, we're able to keep the factory payload. The only difference is going to be whether the truck has a level stance or a slight squat stance. You understand that the degress that the rear leaf springs are supposed to do is what would change amongst the ride. So the mini cradle and the long 4-link bars actually work with anybody who's already sitting around the 10-inch mark. This is a good modular way to add color or add a lot of detail to an already existing build, and you can slowly work your way up to having a fully spec'd out Papis truck pretty much. So this truck, you're gonna notice all of the separate components. Individual would be obviously the cradle, the traction bars, we'd have frame plates, we have the decorative rear truss, which you don't have to get off rip. You also have the full front high steer conversion. So if you're running about 9 inches or 10 inches and you still have stock steering, you could start with the cradle and then work your way there. Once you do get to the 12-inch mark, we definitely try to almost always recommend this high steer setup, just because the steering geometry with the OEM ball joints and the OEM tie rods does not net the driving characteristics that we like to push for on these builds. Now, by starting there with the high steer, now you've opened up the avenue to being able to increase this truck, not only from that 10 to 12 range, but technically up to the 18-inch or 20-inch range. That front track bar bracket on the high steer truss is going to have 2 bolt holes, which allows this truck to sit either at this stance or slightly higher. Or you're going to notice some other trucks that actually even end up going with a rear 4-link option as well and going up to 20 inches in height. If you're looking to get this kit or a similar kit or start with any of the products that are on this truck, make sure to visit our website, papisgarage.com. On the website, you're going to see exactly how simple it is to make sure that you can get all the things that you want in your cart or piece together the kit. You're also going to see bundling effects. By getting packages will save you money by getting more things up front than piecing it together. But you definitely have the option of getting different things if you already have some side of your build completed. Make sure to continue to comment below to try to get your weekly $100 gift card that we are giving away. And if you sign up to the newsletter when visiting to the website, you're gonna get 10% off any of the items that you get on your very first order from the Papis Garage website. I appreciate everybody who's taking the time to watch these videos every week. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment below so you can get entered into that $100 gift card. And just want to say thank you. And if you have any other builds or any other details on products you want us to explain, please let us know. We definitely picked this one with a very biased reason. This is our hardest push on a kit. We absolutely love this, and everybody who has these same exact style setups absolutely loves their Papis truck.